Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to do a review of Padman, Akshay Kumar's latest Bollywood film that just came out, and it's based on a real-life story. One of the first things I noticed when the film started was that there was a story credit story created by Twinkle Khanna, which is Akshay Kumar's wife. And I looked it up on Wikipedia after I got home. She wrote a short story that she based on the real life of, okay, I'm trying to pronounce this, Arunachalam Muruganantham. So he interviewed with Twinkle extensively, and then she was the one that changed the main character's name to Lakshmi and, you know, fictionalized some of the elements, but she based it on the real person. So I thought that was so interesting that she basically created a perfect role for Akshay. As I was sitting there watching the film, I was thinking Akshay Kumar is just so versatile of an actor. He does great comedy, really silly, crazy comedy. He's a good action star, and I haven't seen all of his dramatic roles, but you know, I admire him for taking this as his second sort of feminist social drama. Toilet Ek Prem Kata was last year. This is a superior film, this film, Padman. Twinkle is also a producer of the film. She must have a major force in finding just these tailor-made roles that are just so perfect for Akshay. I really can't imagine any other of the Indian actors doing quite as well of a job, because he's so popular. He's using his fame, his stature in the industry, his celebrity to do these social dramas with a message. And because he's so popular, he's bringing everyone in. And it's the same way as Tom Hanks here in America can do something like that. He's just such an everyman that you go along with it, and then you learn something along the way. But you're brought in by Akshay. And I really admire him for that. I mean, he went all the way with this. I mean, there's a scene where I think you see it in the trailer, where he's trying his invention himself. He's trying to make these sanitary pads, and he buys a pair of pink panties that are his size, and he wants to try, as he's experimenting, tries it out himself. And God love Akshay for going ahead and showing that scene. I mean, and it goes beyond there, because he gets a bladder of animal blood to really try it out, which evidently the real inventor did exactly that, to try the product. Anyway, getting back, this director is Balki. I have not seen, I believe his most successful film was Pa with Amitabh Bachchan, which I have not seen. I saw his recent Ki and Ka, which was uneven. I mean, it was more on the director and the story than the actors. You know, they did their best. But so Balki here has the great bones of a real story, and it's a really compelling, entertaining story. This guy literally would not give up. He runs up against his, people in his village being against him, his family, even his wife think he's crazy, because he's so concerned after talking to a doctor that, you know, as a new married man, seeing that his wife is using these unhygienic, dirty rags for her menstrual period, and because sanitary pads were so expensive, ordinary people could not, in his village, could not afford to use them. And he was trying, you know, he worked in a metal workshop, and he tried to figure out a way to make them in a cost-effective way. And I found that just the whole process of him, trial and error, it was like that old-fashioned kind of, I don't know, like old Mickey Rooney movies about Thomas Edison or something, you know, just like it's the old-fashioned trial and error kind of invention, and just, you know, doing things with scrap pieces of parts and whatever and making it work. And so that was the genius of it, is that the big manufacturers, you know, they use these million-dollar machines, and he was making something that would just make it cost-effective for, you know, rural women, women in villages to be able to buy this product. But there was a lot of things along the way. He had so much, the real inventor and then Akshay in the film gets so, it's just such a taboo thing that he cares so much about it. He cares about the health of his wife, but yet he gets so much grief from everyone. And that creates a lot of the drama of the movie. So it just is a really, I thought it was going to be really preachy. And I kind of went in there like, okay, I feel like I should see this, but it was way more entertaining than I was expecting. And it really has a solid story. So Radhika Apte plays his wife. Most recently, I think I saw her as Rajnikant's wife in Kabali, and she's just great, but she's not one that I have seen that often. So here she's playing a very traditional woman who is just very superstitious and just shamed by her husband even wanting to talk about this, much less, you know, do an invention around this. And then later in the film, he encounters Sonam Kapoor, who plays a very modern MBA candidate, someone who's, you know, lives in Delhi, and she comes in. She's the one that is like the catalyst to finally getting him recognition and getting his business really off the ground with her ideas. You know, both women have a decent amount of screen time, but the film is pretty much completely Akshay Kumar's. And I have to credit the director. He really did a good job in crafting this real story, making it, we kind of, you know, already know the bare bones of what's going to happen, but he makes it a really compelling story. One of my favorite moments of the film, and this is just what's so great about Akshay's performance, is this key moment when he makes a speech for a women's forum conference at the UN in New York. And he just waves away a translator and he's like, no, let me talk. And in his broken English, or as he calls it, linguish for Lakshmi's English, he gets his message across of why he didn't sell his patent for millions and felt it was more important to keep his product affordable for everyday women in India, because he just felt so strongly about the health benefits of it and that he didn't care so much about money. So it was just such a great, really great acting moment for Akshay, and I just really admire his performance in this film. There's a key cameo by Amitabh Bachchan. In the opening credits, it listed him as Superman Amitabh Bachchan, which I thought was so amazing. He has a key cameo, and it's very important, you know, and it's just a nice touch in the film. But overall, I just have to credit Akshay for doing such a great job. He is just the perfect person for this kind of role. And this film is just so much better than the toilet movie. I just was surprised at how much more well-crafted this movie was and how entertaining it was. If I had to rate it on a scale of 5 stars, I don't know, it's above average. It's 3.5 to 4 stars. And I really recommend everyone go see it. It's not just because it has an important social message, but also just because it's damn entertaining. It's good. It's an interesting film to watch. I want to hear, if you've seen the movie, what you felt about it, if you agree with what I'm saying about Akshay being the perfect person to play this role. Please like this review video and share it on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever. I hope you're a subscriber. If not, please subscribe and hit that bell, and then you'll get a notification whenever we have a new video review or trailer reaction. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Pardesi YT.